YouTube, it's Rico, man, and I'm back with another video. Y'all see what we got going on. We got 6-year-old Saryah. I might have said her name wrong. Saryah, or y'all comment down below how y'all would pronounce her first name, because I definitely don't think I can pronounce it. But Perez killed on Mother's Day. Mom grazed by bullet after shooting in Texas. And y'all already know what's going on with that, man. So y'all see what we got today. If you're brand new to the channel or you've been watching videos on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to tell your family and friends about our channel as well. And also make sure you guys are smashing the like button and commenting on the video to help the video get recommended to a larger audience of people, and hopefully bringing new supporters to the channel as well. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you guys know when as soon as videos drop. Be one of the first people to watch the videos as soon as they drop. And follow my IG at LMERico. But with all that being said, man, I just want to say this year has been crazy with gun violence. It's not just street related. It's a lot of mass shootings and all type of stuff going on, man. So it's just crazy this year. I don't know what it is, but it ain't looking too good for this year either, man. It's just a whole lot of death and all type of crazy stuff going on. So if you living in places that's got mass shootings and stuff going on a lot, or wherever the case is, just stay protected and try to stay out the way as much as possible. And yeah, man, just watch your surroundings, man, because there's a lot of crazy people out here nowadays. You just don't know what they got on their mind and stuff, man. So definitely keep your family protected and protect yourself legally if you can, because at the end of the day, you gotta be able to know your rights and use your rights and stuff like that. What is it, the Second Amendment, I believe, for the right to bear arms. So if you legally can bear arms, definitely do that. And if you don't know how to use them, definitely go do training and stuff like that. So that way you don't end up a statistic where you somebody that's accidentally harming people with gun violence and all type of crazy stuff. Cause we got a lot of people like that out here as well, man. But other than that, definitely go learn, train, all that good stuff, man, and protect your family and yourself. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get the screen record started. This video already 8 minutes long, and I don't want to make it any longer. That's started, and we start a video now.
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090J, and I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on a man that was just arrested for the murder of a 6-year-old girl on Mother's Day.
Your left breath in my arms. Put guns down. Stop using them. Stop, please. They took my baby because of a gunshot. Stop using guns. Put them down.
May 9th, 2021. In San Antonio's west side, a car club meetup was taking place in a Pizza Hut parking lot. At 10:48 p.m., police responded to the 4000 block of West Commerce Street after reports of shots fired. A woman was parked across the street at a gas station, suffering from a bullet graze, and her 6-year-old daughter dying on the concrete after suffering a gunshot to the chest. The little girl will be transported to the hospital where she passed away. Videos will be posted to social media showing what led up to the fatal shooting. A red car can be seen exiting the parking lot as men attack the driver's side window. A second clip shows the car returning to the parking lot before being chased out yet again. At this time, 4 shots were recorded, being fired rapidly into the car, and the 6-year-old girl, who must have been nothing but terrified after seeing grown men banging on the car windows, was shot in her chest. The mother drove to the gas station across the street to flee from the shooter and call for help. That's when she realized her daughter was hit. The little girl was taken out of the vehicle as a woman laid her on the ground trying to revive her, but she had already lost a significant amount of blood. In less than 24 hours, investigators got leads from multiple witness reports, and San Antonio SWAT moved in, arresting 23-year-old Andrew Elizondo at his home. To make matters worse, it was discovered the shooter was an associate of the child's mother. An alleged argument took place in the parking lot, and many on social media claiming to have been there saying this argument was started by the child's mother, who appeared drunk and acting reckless. On video, you can clearly see a man driving the vehicle, the mother in the passenger seat, and the child's head barely visible over the window in the back. It's been stated the man driving the vehicle hit a car in the parking lot as he was attempting to hit bystanders, causing the vehicle to be targeted by the crowd. And this crowd isn't to be confused with illegal car gatherings in the middle of the street doing donuts and racing, often ending with multiple arrests and even injuries as bystanders are hit by cars doing donuts.
And I just want to say, man, the people that's doing the car meets, I've seen people do it the right way, and you obviously got the ones that's doing the burnouts and everything, going crazy and stuff. Those aren't the right way to do car meetups and stuff like that. So I definitely want to give a shout out to the ones that's doing it right, telling people not to do the burnouts and the street racing and all that shit in a public area, because you already know, one, that's against the law, that's common sense. Two, it's too many cars and people around to be trying to do all this crazy stuff in the first place. We done already seen too many accidents happen and people getting killed or hurt in the hospital and stuff due to other reckless people's behavior and stuff. So definitely, if you're doing car meetups and stuff, or you going to them, make sure you going to the ones that's doing it right, where it ain't nobody going crazy doing burnouts and street racing and stuff, because at the end of the day, that ain't doing nothing but asking for something bad to happen. So at the end of the day, go to the ones that's really organized and doing it the right way, making sure nobody is coming there on BS, starting stuff and all crazy shit going on and stuff. 'Cause at the end of the day, a car meetup, you just there to admire other people's work, pretty much, because people are pretty much putting in creativity with their mind and stuff, putting these cars together to make them look how they look with the rims or the paint jobs and et cetera, et cetera. So that's really all a car meetup's really supposed to be about. All that street racing and burnouts and stuff, that stuff's starting to get old, man. You can see thousands of people, thousands of videos uploaded every day of people doing burnouts. So it ain't like it's something new that's everybody just gotta go out and show that they can do it type thing. Because sometimes too, even the people that's trying to do it ain't even doing those right. So at the end of the day, man, save all that for something else, somewhere else, a place that ain't got too much going on or too much bystanders or civilians standing around, whatever you want to say. And on top of that, is organized and in an area where nobody else but the drivers could possibly get hurt if they do a mistake or something like that. Other than that, man, stuff like this in a public area like that, nah, that's only really supposed to be just to meet up and look at other people's cars and talk and et cetera, et cetera. Other than that, burnouts and stuff definitely should be left out. But other than that, let's continue on, man.
This was said to have been a legitimate car club, and while it was late on a Sunday night, these events welcome families as children are just as excited to see the exotic cars. Whether or not the argument was instigated by the mother or the lives of bystanders in the parking lot felt threatened by the actions of the driver, a little girl's life is gone, taken on Mother's Day, and San Antonio is devastated. Now, it was reported by police that this stemmed from an argument in that parking lot. But what isn't known and what is only rumors at this time is who actually started it. They're saying the mother was drunk. They're saying she could have been on drugs. She was acting crazy, reckless, talking shit, right? But she wasn't the driver in the vehicle. Whoever was driving, whether that was the father or somebody else, they said the person driving was trying to run people over in the parking lot, which led to the car being shot up.
And if that's the case too, the person driving definitely should have think like, if you trying to do something that's gonna seem crazy to a whole crowd of people, you gotta know somebody is possibly gonna mess around and pull out a gun to take you out because you out here trying to cause multiple casualties and shit. So I can kind of put the blame on the person driving due to the simple fact, if that's the real case, that he the one that started the whole situation by trying to run people over, he pretty much put them in a situation where somebody could easily just say, I was trying to protect myself. I seen the person driving trying to run people over and try to damn near run me over. So my first instinct, pull out a gun and try to shoot him. That's what that shooter possibly gonna say if that's the case. And you can kind of say that's a valid reason, because when the dude driver was really trying to run people over, shit, you gonna try to protect yourself and others that you might got there that you care about. So it's all bad. This is just an all bad situation all the way around, man. It's sad too.
Now there's two things to point out, right? Self-defense in Texas, you can do it. You can stand your fucking ground in Texas, right?
And it's crazy. I just was talking about that. He even said the same thing. Somebody can definitely say they was protecting themselves in that situation just because of the simple fact dude was trying to run people over.
They just passed a gun law. If you're over 21, you can carry a gun now legally, no permit, whatever. And they're all for it, similar to how Florida is. You stand your fucking ground. If somebody is trying to run you over or actually running you over, you can shoot. You can defend yourself. You can save your own fucking life. Mm-hmm. But if someone swiped at you, didn't get you, and are driving off, you can't just take a gun out and fire indiscriminately.
Yeah, and that's another thing too that people gotta realize too, man. If somebody is already running away from you, like they're basically considered no longer a threat. Because they're gonna say, even police are gonna say that even if you're trying to shoot somebody that break into your house, if that person runs away from your house after trying to break in, you can pretty much no longer try to shoot that person unless they're still in your house trying to do what they was trying to do. But if they're running away and stuff, they're no longer considered a threat, and you can still get charged with either attempted murder or killing that person if you do end up killing that person while that person is running away. So you gotta definitely look into the laws and make sure you understand them. That way you don't do a mistake, even though you were acting in a way of trying to save yourself or protect yourself or whatever the case is and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, the person is running away or not even trying to do anything anymore, so they're no longer considered a threat. So definitely make sure y'all read up on y'all laws as well, so y'all don't end up a mistake.
Into that car, because things like this happen. You didn't hit the driver, you only grazed the mother, but you killed the 6-year-old little girl in the back seat. And not only that, but to hear that the shooter is an associate of the mother. I don't know how good of friends they were or what type of association they had, but he knew who he was firing at. He knows them. Did he know that there was a little girl in the car? I hope not. But at the end of the day, he's facing a capital fucking murder. And in a state like Texas, they give an express pass to the death penalty. Florida, you'll sit on death row 15, 20 years. Texas, they're getting you in there and they're getting it done. They're not fucking around with shit like this. And I mean, this is a 6-year-old girl. No matter how this case goes, this isn't looking good. I'm surprised he wasn't hit with attempted murder for the 2 other people that were inside of the vehicle. And it seems that the news has it confused because nobody's really reporting that a man was driving. They're making it seem like the mother was driving and the little girl got hit. But clearly on video, you see a man driving the vehicle. Now, the shooter's father commented on a Facebook post defending his son, saying, why isn't the news reporting what actually happened? Where is the driver? And why is nobody speaking on the man that was driving that vehicle trying to run people over? Now, it makes me think, since I haven't seen an actual video of the man shooting into the vehicle, it makes me think, how did this actually go down? Did he open fire as the car was by him? Because the little girl got hit in the chest, but the mother got hit in the back. So it would only make sense if the news fucked it up and the bullet actually entered the little girl's back and exited her chest. And it possibly carried on, striking the mother. It could have been the same fucking bullet. You know what I mean? But if the bullet entrance is from the chest, exiting her back, that means that the positioning of the shooter would have been different. And I don't know how the fuck the mother would have got grazed on her back. That doesn't make sense. And you can see.
Yeah, now after hearing that, it definitely sounds like a lot going on with this situation. It's a lot of variables to try to get a conclusion and stuff. Like, was the shooter shooting the car as it was coming towards him or her, whoever that was in the crowd, or was they shooting after the car was pretty much already past them, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a whole lot of variables to talk about. yeah, it's definitely making this case sound confusing. So, yeah, in the news, we already know the news. They post whatever they want to post and talk about however they want to talk about a situation and stuff like that. We already know this. There's certain things you can take from the news as being facts, and certain shit you can probably be like, yeah, I don't know about if that's accurate or correct, and certain et cetera, et cetera. So it's a whole lot of things going on, man. But yeah, this case is definitely crazy. It's gonna be kind of hard to try to really see how they put all of this together, because if the news is reporting it a certain way that ain't completely accurate, then how is the police and others that's investigating the situation gonna be able to come out with a factual conclusion? But then again, they do got video evidence showing that the driver was a dude and not the mother. But the only thing is, where is the shooter? The shooter is the main thing to solving this situation, and pretty much possibly could tell exactly what happened. Because either way, it looked like they gonna end up doing some time regardless. So at the end of the day, they definitely need that shooter to figure out how to go about this whole situation and what actually really happened. And people too as well that was there can tell what happened. If they was around the shooter, did the shooter shoot the vehicle coming towards them, or after it was already pretty much no longer near them, or whatever the case is? Because yeah, this definitely ain't really adding up at all.
See her walking around in the parking lot with just a bra. You can see the mark on her back. She probably refused fucking treatment. I don't know, but it isn't really making sense how the actual shooting went down itself. Now, as sad as it is to say, if the mother or the male that was driving instigated the argument, at the end of the day, you're responsible for the shooting. Anytime you have a child with you, or as a man, anytime you have a woman with you, you don't argue with anybody. If someone's talking shit, all right, cool. You walk away. You never become the aggressor. You never take on that person, because you're adding fuel to the fire.
I would definitely agree, because one, if you got a female or a kid of any age with you, at that point you got to be the bigger person and just walk away. The only time you should really get on that is if the person is trying to actually do something to y'all while y'all doing y'all thing and shit, and pretty much becoming a problem and being physical and shit like that. So that's the only time you should probably really react. But if you alone, then you, as a man, you already know what you got to do. Because if you alone and somebody trying to come at you, you already know how it is, man. You got to be a man, literally showing what you about. But if you got a woman and a kid or whatever the case is, what you definitely think about that, because at the end of the day, it's not just you that's involved in the situation. Now you bringing them in by default, and anything could happen, and you never know what the next person might be thinking. So that's pretty much what happened with this situation. They probably didn't even know that the dude was gonna end up pulling out a gun and starting to shoot and all that shit. So this is all just pretty much threw a whole twist into the argument and stuff, and nobody probably knew that that was gonna happen from that whole argument. But yeah, at that point, definitely they are to blame for why the shooting happened. I could definitely say that for sure.
If I'm with my daughter, whatever you want to say to me, that's cool. Just don't come close to us. Because if I see that you're getting within a distance that I feel like you could harm me or my daughter, I am going to attack first. I am going to take the initiative in putting you the fuck down in whichever way that I have to make sure that she's safe. But if you're just running your fucking mouth, I'm not going to instigate. I'm not going to talk shit. Cool. Until my daughter is safe at home and you run up on me when I'm by myself, it's a whole nother fucking story. You know what I mean? But if you instigated this situation, if you argued, left the parking lot, pulled back in just to try to run into a motherfucker, it isn't a question as to why you got fired at. Obviously, the dude shouldn't have shot at you, but what the fuck were you expecting? I'll keep y'all updated as this case progresses, as this man was just arrested yesterday and the little girl was killed the day before. This is a brand new fucking case. I'm sure plenty of new details are going to be coming out. But rest in peace to the little girl. My condolences
Definitely
to the
R.I.P.
family. It's
Prayers and
1090J.
condolences
I'm
for
rocking
sure.
with y'all, and y'all rocking with me.
Yeah, man, that's the end of the video. But yeah, this whole situation is just crazy, man. At the end of the day, like he said, and like I said, if you know somebody pretty much is on some bullshit, but they ain't really coming at you while you got your girl or your kid or whatever the case is, don't even entertain it. But if they walking up and looking like they about to do something, and they pretty much coming close to a point where you don't feel safe no more for you and your girl or your kid or whatever the case is, then that's when you go ahead, do what you gotta do. Simple as that. But other than that, that's all I'm gonna say on that whole situation. The video is long enough. I don't want to drag it on. So y'all comment down below y'all opinions on the situation and stuff, and how y'all feel about the whole thing, and go from there. But other than that, that's the end of this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. Don't forget to tell your family and friends about our channel as well. And also make sure you guys turn on post notifications, so that way you guys know when videos drop. You can be one of the first people to watch the videos as soon as they drop. And follow my IG at LMERico. And also, hopefully this video get recommended to a larger audience of people as well. Hopefully they become supporters as well. Other than that, that's the end of the video, and I'm gonna catch y'all later on. Peace.